What's up, everybody? I got my red shades on. Jason's got his orange shades on, and he's got a new background. I got the same boring background here for the eBay versus Amazon show, coming at you live at 2:01 Eastern. But it's not 2:01 Eastern where you are, Jay. Where are you at today?
I'm in Palm Springs, baby. Got my little lagoon behind me, my water fountain. Where am I at? Over here. I'm sitting out on my patio and enjoying vacation, baby.
I can dig it, man. So this is like a real vacation where you're not doing nothing except, having fun and checking in. But I got to give it to you, man. Still supporting the eBay versus Amazon show. Not skipping a beat. Not skipping a Monday. And yeah, we have some good stuff for everybody today.
Yeah, and I realize my feed is not the best. It is what it is in the resorts. But so bear with us. Nothing I can do about that, but definitely want to do the show, and I want to do it from my patio, so thought it'd be fun. How's the weather back there, Chris? A little colder?
It's actually a nice day today. Thank you for asking. And yeah, I actually think we might cut the show short a little today because I have to pack. I am also going on a little bit of a vacation. I'll be flying to Dallas tomorrow for a week to see my mom and catch up with some friends in Dallas-Fort Worth. So anybody who's in Dallas-Fort Worth, hit me up, and we'll see if maybe we can meet up. And we should be able to do a show next Monday. So it's still tentative, but yeah, we will see what happens by next Monday's show. And dude, you want to get right into it?
We got to get right into our packages.
I am like a little depressed about my package, man, because like I was super psyched. And what should we tell everybody what happened? Should we cut to the chase?
You want to build a little bit, because usually we don't have people right off the bat. We usually start to peak about 10 minutes after the hour or so.
All right. Well, we've got a little bit of an update for you guys, so stay tuned for that. I'm gonna make sure everybody knows.
Well, while we're waiting, did I see that you officially announced the event in a couple of weeks?
It's not officially up. It might be later tonight where I get the first draft of it available live, because
Cordelia posted something about it.
I mean, it's coming out, and it's a good thing and a bad thing. Kind of the situation that I'm in. I talked to a few people today on the phone, and I know you guys won't be able to really read this, but this is just a very early version of the list of people and companies who want to support our fundraiser with perks, with gifts, with things that we can auction off, things that we can sell, with all proceeds going towards the Wounded Warrior Project through Indiegogo. And it's a blessing and a curse, because the hardest part is going to have to be to take this entire list, have it organized where people can see what they want, know when to tune in, know what to bid, and how to do all this stuff. It's a good thing. No complaints at all. But yeah, I have to get that.
Chris, I don't hear you anymore. Do you hear me? Chris? Huh. I don't hear you. What weirdness is going on here? Hang on, Chris. I'm going to mute you for a second, then bring you back. Let's see if whatever weirdness. Say something, Chris. This is bizarro. This is going to be a strange show. I can't hear my partner. Shoot. Yeah, Chris, nobody hears you. So, based on the chat, nobody can hear you either. Hey, Chris, why don't you drop out and come back in? We'll see if that fixes it. So, hey, hi, everybody. Welcome to the Jason Only on Vacation show. This is not what I expected. Very crazy. So let's see. Chris is popping back in here. I think. Chris, say something. I don't know what happened. You are muted, son. Yeah. All right, so Chris came back. Does anybody hear him?
How about now?
Oh, yeah, what'd you do?
Any better?
Yes, I can hear you. What'd you do?
Unplugged my headphones.
Oh. Technology.
So, like everything I said, nothing was heard the whole time?
Yeah, pretty much. You started to talk about juggling all the people and the giveaways, and then it was no Chris.
Oh well, who cares? That was what it was. Chat room, thanks so much for jamming with us. The perils of doing a live show, sometimes with a weak internet connection. I mean, I don't have my regular headphones. I was using these different ones, but it's weird that it worked at the beginning and then like it cut off because it didn't change anything. But who cares? We're here. We've got this box that I'm dying to open.
Doesn't sound too broke.
I'm getting depressed, man. I really think we're gonna put the packing like Uline and Bubble Fast out of business.
All right, well let's give it a whirl.
All right, let's spark this up. All right, but yeah, I'm really thinking we'll do like maybe a half-hour show because I do have to pack and get ready. Got to go to the pharmacy. Go pick up my last-minute prescriptions. With the chiropractor today, so my back's not going to hurt. All right, so surgically opening this because I don't want any. I don't want to influence anything here.
Dun dun dun. See, you don't need packing material at all.
I mean, thanks for sending me the dirtiest glass in your house. This thing is awful.
It's just been sitting in the cupboard for, I don't know, maybe 6 years. It's a little dusty.
All right, so I'm gonna dump out all of the shards of glass right here on my
Unbelievable.
Nothing. Good as new.
And I know you're busy, and you've definitely probably not been in the thrifting board, but there's a discussion going on right now.
I saw that. I was following that one. I was.
Okay, so it's got a little nutty because I just found out what he sold today. Now, a lot of the reactions are like, that is so unprofessional. And, you and I are proving that packing material is a waste of money, apparently. But people are reacting that he's the reason that people who sell fine glass and pottery are turning away from eBay. And I finally said today, I said, we don't even know what the plate was, do we? People are talking like it was some piece of china from Napoleon's castle, the way they're talking about how, he's ruining it for the rest of them. And I just found out it was like one of them old school Norman Rockwell collector plates he sold for $13. So nothing fine, nothing amazing. It's just a little collectible
seller. Show me the seller who says, because of poor packaging by other sellers, I have left eBay. Show me one seller that actually says or does that.
No, their point is, if it arrives broken, that's a lot of ifs. You know what? Am I going to get hit by a bus today? I could, but I ain't thinking about it. But majority of the people who replied are talking like it's going to arrive broken. We don't know. And like I said, they didn't know what it was. It's a little dumb plate he sold for $13 that probably, based on the collectability of Norman Rockwell plates, was about $10 too much.
Right. So, guy. Actually, that's the story right there. How someone was able to sell a Norman Rockwell plate for $13 on eBay. That's what I want to learn. What's the magic behind that? That's the money story right there. Because, man, we can get Norman Rockwell plates for 50 cents, as many as we want, basically. And yeah, if we can turn those into $13 as fast as that guy, hey, that guy's a player in the making.
You know, we talk quite a bit about FOMO packing. That's where I take a coffee mug and I wrap some bubble around it and then a piece of cardboard. And I just stick it in a flat rate envelope. It's $5.35 anywhere in the country, including Guam, Hawaii, Alaska, Puerto Rico, and the St. John U.S. Virgin Islands. And, you know, people are saying that's not professional. And I said, where is it written? Like, what rule does it say that things have to be shipped in a box? There's no rule. Nothing's written that way. And we evolved as a species. It's just 160 years ago, your mail came by a guy in a pony. Shit changes. You know?
I told a story on the last show. I used to put a label on the outside of a plastic case, the plastic case being the product that the person bought and shipped it out. Right? No one ever fussed. Now, hindsight, I would probably put those in boxes or something. But the evidence showed me that nobody cared. And me as a buyer, I don't care. As long as it gets here and it's fine, I'm not worried about it. I'm really not. And dude, have you seen the Amazon pack? Have you ever got a giant Amazon box with an itty-bitty product box in the box?
Yeah, many times.
Like, oh, what, Amazon, how dare you not put, $3 worth of craft paper in there to protect my $20 item? And Amazon's probably like, dude, we know the numbers. There ain't no way that thing's going to arrive broken. All right, because that's in manufacturer's packaging, right? That's like something in a little box, right? Made to put on the shelf versus a piece of glass just chunked in a box, right? That's not even what we're talking about.
You know, people
worry about the craziest things.
People get worked up and they forget, we evolve, things change. I mean, think about it. 25 years ago, maybe even 20, maybe some of you yesterday, you stood at the grocery store and you wrote out a check for your groceries. Nowadays, I just tap my phone to the thing and I'm done, okay? Sometimes we got to move forward, people. And moving forward is I figured out a better way to ship to save either me or my customer money. And guess what? They all get there just fine. I have lost one FOMO out of about 400 or so. And I got to tell you, the one I lost, an assistant shipped, and it was such a thin coffee mug, I never would have FOMO'd it. But she was just kind of like, oh, we always FOMO coffee mugs. So I am mad at her. Of course, my customer didn't get what he ordered, but I feel bad for that. But, and of course, if I had $1,000 plate, a plate that was worth $1,000 and it was fine china, yeah, I would put it in a nice box. But a $13 Norman Rockwell plate, it can be fine in a padded flat rate envelope. I mean, geez, Chris and I sent dishes of plates, giant plates, in boxes that were too small. And guess what? They made it just fine. So now, everyone needs to relax.
I don't think we should be recommending that people do what we're doing.
No, but you shouldn't beat up somebody else for doing it on a dumb little collector plate that isn't worth anything.
No, people need to.
I have tiki mugs that I will send FOMO, and I have tiki mugs that I sell. Well, no way in hell would I send FOMO because it's that old, it's that valuable, it's that fragile. So you got to know what you're sending, but don't just assume because you see a finished packaged product without knowing what's in there. Why cast all these aspersions on what's in there until you know?
Because it's Facebook, dude. We got to argue about something. Right? Some people love to just argue on Facebook, but it is what it is. And I had a conversation with someone last night. It's kind of a similar thing. They were wondering if they should shrink wrap their books to send to FBA. And I have never shrink wrapped a single book ever to send to FBA. Now, I don't sell $400 books by FBA, right? So it's about, just like you said with your tiki mugs, there are some that you'll ship this way and some you'll ship this way. It's the exact same thing for every single thing, right? Figure out what works best. What's the customer expecting? What's the item? Is it collectible? Should you put a sticker on the actual product or put it in a box and put a sticker on the outside of the box? It's collectible Star Wars figure. It doesn't matter. Everything is item by item. There are no blanket statements to say if it's this, you ship this way, and if you don't, you're an idiot. Anybody that takes that kind of stance they're just looking for a fight. They're looking to be grumpy, basically. We should make a new Facebook group for people who want to be grumpy, and they can all just yell at each other all the time.
I've been traveling the last couple of days, so I was trying to keep up on this because I actually felt bad for the guy. He was just showing off, hey, man, I worked a plate into a padded flat rate. Cool. Because that's what it's about. It's about getting to your customer one piece. And I got to tell you, I don't know if people don't believe me because I put this stat up all the time. I've been to 1,000 eBay events, and a lot of times they have buyer panels, and there'll be four people on the panel, and they interview them and they talk about their buyer habits, and they always find people that are just buyers. They've never sold. There are some people out there who just want to buy shit. They don't want to sell. And out of all those panels I've been to, I would say the number is probably 80%. It's definitely 75%, but I got to imagine it's closer to 80% of all those buyers I've seen talk don't give two shits how their item is packed, because we've talked about it from the other end of people who put nice frilly paper over or clothing and put a little bow. All these people on the stage who are big-time eBay buyers, they're like, I get the package, I tear it open, I don't pay attention to what it looked like, how it was. As long as when I get it open, the item's there intact the way I ordered it, I don't think about it again, and I don't care about it. And that's the prevailing attitude. Now, are there some people who would be like, oh my God, this wasn't tied with a bow? Absolutely. But that's the small percentage, where the great percentage is, I don't care. I don't care. Look, I do another show with Nadine. We talk about shipping tips every week. Nay usually does a shipping tip. And because I buy so much, I get so many packages in my house, I usually show what not to do. And yes, I get plenty of what not to do's shipped to me. They get there, but could have been a better way. But it never stopped me from buying from any of them. I just, if I was going to buy something fragile from them again and it was a little precarious, I might drop a note and say, hey, I did that once. The guy got so mad I told him how to ship that he called me out in his eBay listing. So that didn't go so well for him since he got that listing pulled and suspended. So here's a little tip, kids. Don't call out people by names in your eBay listings. That's a dumb move.
It is a dumb move.
All right, so let me open up the package I got from you. Hang on.
Do it.
Oh, I have nothing from you.
Dude, I got this. You don't want to know what it cost me to send that thing.
So
I paid dim weight, dude. I paid dim weight.
Because you always put in too big of a box. You put a smaller box.
I'm trying to break stuff super bad.
Now, it's not that I don't have it because Chris didn't ship it, because their receipt shows he shipped it. But Chris has a theory. Hang on. Let me get back to you. You put the paper back up.
Oh.
You weren't on the screen. So yes, holy shit.
Yeah, you feel bad now? This might be the last one we do. My wife's not going to put up with this much longer.
Oh, yeah. I mean, mine costs like $8, $7, $40. You're nuts. But
I got to get that rock back, dude. That's from my rock garden.
It's not here. And why isn't it here?
Well, dude,
is that the ice cream man coming? Here, wait for it. Oh, he turned. Damn. The ice cream man just turned away. I don't think you can see him. He's driving away there.
I see.
All right, so why isn't it here, Chris?
Well, dude, I shipped it on time. Had a little pit in my stomach after paying the bill, and it was done, right? And I was like, phew. They asked me if anything was fragile in there, and I said no, and just I pressed the button on the keypad thing, and away it went. And because for you guys that didn't see the post in my group or Jason's group, I shipped a larger wine glass than this, but mine was thick. I mean, it was solid. It was not going to break if we just put it in a box. There was no way. And I based it on the evidence that we've got before of these three things that are not broken down here on the floor. So I was like, I'm going to up the ante a little bit, and I got, I think it's probably like a 2-pound softball-sized rock, and we put it in a 14 by 14 by 14 cube box, and that was it. And people were like, you should tape it to the bottom. I'm like, no, I'm just putting them in, taking it to the post office. And now I tracked that sucker. We tracked it last night because Jason's like, dude, what's up? I don't have your box. And as of yesterday, well, it departed. It departed Boston yesterday.
Yeah, yesterday. And when did you ship it?
Well, I shipped it the 28th. I shipped it on time. It should have arrived
right.
on the 30th.
So I'm here on vacation. So I told Chris originally, I said, hey, send it to my buddy's house. He lives down the street from where I'm staying. I'm going to be hanging with him all week, so I'll pick it up. So yesterday, I'm like, hey, did you send it? Oh, so backing up, he goes, oh, I mailed it. I go, to Palm Springs, right? He goes, oh, whoops, hang on a minute. So he quickly changed it. And then it went off. So I'm like, cool. Then yesterday, I was going to see my friend last night, and he goes, I said, is the package here? And he said, let me track it. Nope. And so what's it say when you track it?
Tracking specifically says the package is delayed and will not be delivered by the expected delivery date. An updated delivery date will be provided when available. Your item departed our facility in Boston on November 1st. All right, so that was yesterday at 3:30 in the morning. It is now in transit. Now, this goes from Attleboro to Providence to Boston. Now, I don't have the tracking on the other items that we did, so I don't know if that's the standard way to get there. I'm just a little bit. I mean, Jason, you're on the other side. You're not like a conspiracy theorist or I'm a little paranoid about this. That this thing smashed, was just making some funky noises, and it got sent over to Boston. Like I'm worried that they got some dogs sniffing at it. I don't know, but it didn't come back here, and now it appears to be on its way to you as of yesterday. But actually, it was Sunday, so I don't know where it is today. But I don't know what you're going to get. I don't know where it ultimately went. So for everybody watching and hoping to see what Jason's going to open, I apologize for both of us that we did our part, but it is not there.
Yeah, so Chris texted me last night, and he goes, "Uh-oh, they're on to us." And that's all he said for a second. I'm like, "Oh no, what?"
Maybe they are on to us.
They could be on to us, or it could have been just some.
Oh no,
delay.
my wife's in the chat room saying that this is the time to stop. So maybe this is going to be the last one.
Jen, go away. Look, I sent my wife for a walk, so I won't have to hear this. Go away, Jen.
So I don't know, man. What your experience with the post office, which is much more than mine lately? What do you think happened?
I think there was just a delay. As much as I hate to say this, I think I'm gonna get a perfectly good wine glass and a dented rock. Is what I think is gonna happen.
I want that rock back. You better bring it back.
All right, I'll bring that rock back. I'll see you in a few weeks.
So what do we have to learn? What's the takeaway from our little experiment that's an ongoing experiment at this point?
I think the takeaway is people need to get their panties out of a bunch and relax, because apparently we are all overpacking stuff. And going back to FOMO again, somebody said they tried FOMO 3 times and all 3 broke. Okay, you suck at it, or your item had a hairline crack in it. I always look at it this way: if I lost a coffee mug in the FOMO method, and say the reason was because it had a hairline crack, so it was already compromised, then it got broke, I would much rather have the item broke in transit than when it's full of hot coffee over my customer's lap. That's the way I look at it. But if you had 3 break, because here's the deal: when you which I have some visuals right now, but when you take a piece of cardboard and you wrap it around the coffee mug and then you fold down the 2 ends, and what happens is you overlap the cardboard because it's going to be a lot. So you cut it at every fold, you overlap it, and that kind of makes it this really strong box. So essentially, we've made a custom box to stick inside a flat rate envelope. 2 things happen: people who don't actually do it tight enough. So your mug should not move around inside that box. I've seen people do it where that mug moves. So now that mug's got some space to move. That could be problem 1. Problem 2 is if you tighten it too much, you are actually pushing on it because you have tightened it like Hulk Titan. That could be a problem too. But if you just do it very regularly, like tight so as not to move, but not too tight, you should be fine. But to lose your first 3, you're not doing it right. That's my thought. There's no way. I've shipped 500, and I'm so ballsy. I did a stemmed champagne flute, so a very skinny stem and then very thin glass. I did bubble around the stem so it was the same width as the glass, and then did the normal FOMO, threw it in the flat rate, and it got there just fine. So if a stemmed champagne flute can make it, any old coffee mug can make it, because they're all thicker.
And if you're shipping a $1,000 coffee mug, then yeah, put it in a box. Okay?
Exactly.
But we're playing the numbers here. This is called self-insuring, right? Like, I used to go to the post office. I was reminded of this because Jen helped me pack a bunch of books that we shipped out today. It was like, oh, post office box. Remember we used to get upset when we got a post office box order because we had to request an address because we always shipped UPS. Or we'd have to go to the post office. There was none of this automated stuff. And people would ask for insurance. This is before the 50 was included on the $10 or $20 charger. We're like, really? Now I got to fill out this extra form. Now I got to wait in line. This is back in the day, right? Before it was all automated. We hated all that. So we're like, we're just going to self-insure it, right? Like if the post office loses this, we will replace it, right? Relax. Don't worry about it. And it's the same thing with FBA when you're sending in all kinds of books. You're sending in all kinds of products. Could something happen to one of them? Yeah, something could happen to it. It's the whole shrink wrap thing. I've had people say, I shrink wrap and bubble wrap every single one of my books. And I look at them like they're crazy. Because one, it costs a lot of money for all that bubble wrap, and two, the time that you have to bubble wrap all those books to save what? To save 3 out of 10,000 transactions that might actually save a bad feedback. You know what saves bad feedback? Good customer service, right? Out of those 10,000 orders, the 3 that you're trying to avoid the negative feedback by putting in the extra time and money, think of 20 seconds times 10,000. Even if it's only 20 seconds.
And the cost, the material cost too, is nutty.
It's unbelievable. It would be cheaper to take the 3 negatives or 3 customer service issues and refund them in full. Refund and give them $100. You'll still come out ahead, right?
Yeah.
So guys, I know everybody wants to be 100% positive and perfect metrics and flawless orders and all this stuff. It's not realistic. You do enough orders, you're going to screw up. You do enough orders, you're going to get a crazy buyer that no matter what, you hand deliver it to them with a gift certificate for dinner for 6, and they're still going to be pissed. You do enough orders, you're going to meet that person. I've met them. I've had the fire department called on me. Not the police department, the fire department, because I messed up an eBay order. That's how crazy people are out there, and you will run into them if you sell enough. It's probability. It's simple probability. Griff tells good stories. He has like a good like psycho radar, right? Like he can tell when a buyer is psycho very quickly. And you know what? He just does the transaction and gets over it. He doesn't freak out and say, how much effort can I put into my eBay listing so that I never have a psycho buyer? It doesn't make any sense. You'll get a psycho buyer. You'll get a post office. You get a shipment of a glass and a rock that gets delayed. It happens. What are you going to do? Use UPS for everything so you can track it so when the customer says, hey, where's my item? You say, hey, it got held up. That's it. Buyers need to learn to understand. And if they don't understand, refund their money and move on. Guys, you guys get way too emotional about all this.
Go to Yelp and pick any 5-star Michelin-rated restaurant, and there's going to be somebody who hated them. Somebody who hated them. I hear this quite a bit since we're talking about feedback and customer experience. Of course, deliver the best customer experience you possibly can, but there's going to be someone who just you can never please. And people get all bent out of shape. He didn't message me first before leaving a negative feedback. Okay, I don't know why you think you're special. Look at every Yelp review of every restaurant you go to, and they don't get to get a fair warning ahead of time. They get reviewed. They get reviewed based on the customer. Are all of them legit? No. And if you read enough reviews on Yelp or TripAdvisor, you can see the customer that was impossible to please or just had a weird experience. But if you see 3, 4, 5 in a row going like, man, the wait time was too long, or boy, that drink tasted terrible, okay, and they're at different times on different days, then you start to get a feel, okay, there is something wrong here. But like I said, pick a 5-star Michelin place. You'll find someone who hated them. So don't take it personal. Try and make it right with the customer. And when you realize they're nutty, just move on. It is not worth time nor effort to get bent out of shape. Look, this is just business, and it's tough to teach new sellers that it's really not personal against Chris or Jason. It's just personal against the guy who sold them something, and they're not happy. I move on. As long as my wife likes me, my partners in my shows like me, and my dogs, I'm pretty happy. Not my mom too, probably.
Well, guys, I think people need to understand that the internet and people are actually pretty smart. There's no reason to think, oh, I've got 5,000 transactions, I just got a negative feedback, and that's now going to affect my sales. It's not. People are going to look at negative feedback. And guys, here's the real advice. This goes for eBay and for Amazon. If you get a negative feedback, it's how you respond to it that matters, right? So when you get a negative feedback on Amazon, you respond to it. You don't say, I offered this customer a refund, but they never replied, jerk. Like, guess what? That now hurts you way more than the negative will.
Oh, I'm so glad you said that. I have a person who I'm actually friends with. Been friends with them for a long time. They're in my group, and they were having some issue, and I was having to be looking at their eBay ID, and I noticed their negatives and positives. Now, I don't care if I'm going to a restaurant, if I'm buying from an eBay store. I don't care if they have negatives, because like we just said, everyone has crazy customers. What I care about is how they respond. She argued with every negative and neutral in the last 12 months as a response. And I told her just privately, I said, that's bad business. Because I was just a buyer and I saw that, I would never buy from you. Ever. I always say respond, but respond with an apology and something like, let me make it right. And that's it.
Your response is for your future buyers. They're smart.
Right.
They can. Buyers are smart, guys. They can see a psycho customer a mile away. They can see a BS one-star review. And how do I know? Because I got them. I got BS one-star reviews on my. Go look at the one-star reviews on my books. They are so jaded, grumpy people that are planting these reviews. I'll say it right here. Anybody that's watching, I know I got the people who give me one-star reviews. They still watch this show. The people who follow up. You can go look on Arbitrage. People have responded to those comments saying, this comment was so over the top that it led me to buy this book. Negative.
Oh, yes.
Yeah, that's just what it is. You got to be realistic. No one goes to a restaurant that has 500 five-star reviews and that's it. Because you're like, no way. Fake.
Yeah, I ate an IHOP yesterday that had a 2.5-star review overall at Yelp, and guess what? The pancakes were fine. People didn't care for the service, and it was a little slow, but I was just traveling from one part of California to the other. I needed some pancakes, and that's what I got. I got what I expected.
Yeah.
And my mommy just said she loves me more than I know. Isn't that sweet? Thanks, Mommy. All right, so let's talk about customers. I told you I bought something on Amazon, and I had a shitty customer experience.
And I asked if it was Amazon or third party because I was pretty sure you were going to say third party.
You're right, third party, but it's through Amazon, so it blanket
Not
gives
it either, right? Like merchant fulfilled.
Yeah, right, merchant fulfilled.
All right.
And when I get the right product, it's going to be a lesson for both your peeps and my peeps, but I'm not going to show the lesson yet because I can't do it yet because I got screwed. So I bought a CD and I needed the actual CD, just the CD. I didn't care about the cover, the back cover, or the case. I just needed a crisp, clean CD of this one release. So when I got it, I flipped it over, and they had labeled it as like new. And there was fingerprints, which of course can be wiped off. But there was a couple little nicks here and there. It wasn't bad, but it certainly was not like new. And I've sold 100,000 CDs, and I know what like new is, and I deliver like new. So I messaged to the buyer. I said, hey, this isn't really like new. There's some nicks, and he gave me the most ridiculous. Now, we've all gotten ridiculous, stories from buyers and sellers. I was in the hospital. My cat got run over by a semi. An apple fell and hit me in the head. He said, well, I will talk to the church volunteers who list our CDs for us. Okay, trying to make me feel bad. I'm like, you don't need to put all that in there. Your church volunteers. I said, look, this isn't like new. And he didn't, I didn't ask for anything really, but he didn't offer anything. And then I flipped it over. And I will definitely show this when I show the full of what I wanted to teach people. It was not a regular release. It was a record club release. So kids, those of you who are young don't know, back in the day we used to buy 10 cassettes for a penny or 10 CDs for a penny, and then you had to buy 4 at a regular price. And this was one of those CDs. And those CDs and tapes were of lesser quality than normal releases. That's kind of how they, part of it was a lost leader, and then they would sell more at more price, but the quality was less. So the CDs themselves are actually thinner, so that's how they kind of saved on money. Now, when he listed that, he didn't mention that. So I wrote him back and said, this isn't even the right release, so I want to return it. And he basically said, no returns.
Good luck.
I said,
on policy, right?
Yeah. Yeah. I opened up an A to Z claim because I'm like, not only is the condition wrong, it's the wrong product essentially, and that's bullshit. I did not buy this. I bought what was listed.
And here's, for people who aren't familiar with Amazon policy, there's 2 things that's going to happen right here. One, if you're a seller on Amazon, by agreeing to their terms of service, you are agreeing to offer a return policy as good or better. That's a quote. As good or better than Amazon themselves. Now, if you can offer a return policy better than Amazon, amazing. Great. Go for it. You don't have to, but Amazon pretty much lets anybody return anything anytime for whatever reason. So you have to be quoted as good or better than Amazon. You can't say, no, returnsies. Now, here's how an A to Z claim is going to work, which is why this buyer or this seller is making a big mistake, because your product did not match the Amazon product page exactly, all the way down to, hey, I got this Lego set, but it's missing Darth Vader's lightsaber, and you buy that, and you're like, hey, there's no Darth Vader lightsaber in here, and that seller doesn't make it right with you, you file an A to Z claim, and because you're right, it does not match exactly to the piece, to the instruction manual, to the box, you will not only get your money back, you get to keep the product. So not that Jason's trying to like get a free crappy version recording CD. What's going to happen is when he wins this A to Z claim, he's going to get all his money back and keep the CD anyway, leaving the seller with nothing. So it's in the seller's best interest to come in and make it right in the minimum of returning the product, getting the buyer back to whole, back to where they started. And if the seller won't do that, then their life on Amazon is not going to be very long.
And I don't care how many church volunteers you got to stand behind your product, because
dude, church volunteers made a mistake, right? They should be like, what they should. This was a church volunteer like sale. This is where they got the product. They should give you the money back and say keep it, because guess what? We're a church. We are not interested in inventorying CDs. I mean, I'm so super sorry. You know, I really like getting that sale from you, but the amount of trouble this guy's going through to think, how much was this? Was it expensive?
No, it was $4.
$4? This guy has his priorities out of whack. And unfortunately, if it was me, I probably even wouldn't do anything. I'd be like, $4 crap. I'd throw it out and be like, just be done with it.
And it's not. Look, let me tell you, it ain't the $4 to me. It's what? the attitude that came back towards me, and list the correct product. I mean, that's kind of the bottom line. You know, Chris and I always talk about customer service. Once I was told you list the wrong product, he should have been falling over himself to apologize and make it right.
Right, before you could possibly leave negative feedback. I mean, that's what sellers should almost be scared of. To be like, crap, I messed up. I mean, that's when sellers really, like, their heart drops a little bit. They're like, crap, he's right, I messed up. Now I need to fix it before that customer freaks out, does something wrong, contacts Amazon, leaves bad feedback, whatever it is. Guys, that's your window. That's your customer service window. It happens. Everybody screws up. There is nobody on the planet who has sold for any amount of time with any track record who hasn't made a mistake. It happens. You're going to ship late. You're going to forget something. You're going to print labels, and one's going to fall behind the table, and you're going to think you should. I've done that.
Personal experience, Chris.
That's what I feel really bad about, because I actually filed a claim with UPS because the customer never got it. And I'm like, look, I printed the label. There's no way I didn't ship it. And then cleaning up one day, I found that label, and I was like, this is that label for that product. I filed a claim with UPS. They paid on it. And, I mean, I don't know how their tracking system works. But I felt bad about it. I told UPS about it later, and they're like, you know, at this point, there's nothing to do about it. Don't worry about it. But, you know, I've shipped the wrong products. I've shipped late. I've missed payments, you know, and until the customer reminded me, like, oh, shoot, you did pay. I mean, it happens all the time. You do enough, it's going to happen. It's a probability thing, which is why Amazon keeps metrics. I'm sure eBay keeps similar metrics. You got a fire alarm, or is that around here?
Yeah, no, it's here somewhere. I don't know if it stops.
I thought it was here. You know, they give you a range. You don't have to be 100%, but you have to be 99% perfect. You have to be 98% feedback. Those are the things they worry about. They know if you sell enough, you're going to have, you know, nicks on your metrics.
All right, I know you got to bail soon, but I got to show you what I found at a thrift store on Friday. So I taught a class on Friday. When I teach classes, I don't ever buy anything away from the students. I will buy a few things, typically things I will use for myself. So I find a T-shirt my size or pants or shorts, I'll buy them, but I never buy anything to resell. Well, this time I did, because I rolled across one of the Holy Grails. And not the holiest of Holy Grails, but guess what, Chris? You're not the only one with the pre-Duffy anymore, baby.
No, you got one.
I got my pre-Duffy teddy bear. So, for those of you who don't know, you were looking for teddy bears with the Mickey Mouse face in his face there. See the ears and the head, and his paws. And if it was before they changed it to calling him Duffy, what they call now pre-Duffy. Oh wait, hang on. Let's go back to Chris. There's Chris's. Very nice. So if it is pre-Duffy, so no name, it's worth some money. Now these are small, and mine's a little bit beat, and I paid $4, but he's worth about $30 in this condition. If you find the bigger ones, a little more full size, in pink, purple, or blue, you will put $1,000 in your pocket, and it'll more than likely go to Japan. If you find the full size light brown or dark brown, you're gonna get like $400 for it. So I found my first pre-Duffy, okay? But one other thing I want to show you that I found another plush that I bought for somewhat of a weird sentimental reason, and then I found out it's worth a lot of money. So my grandmother, who passed away in 86, 85, her and I were very, very close. She was a huge Willie Nelson fan. And my uncle, who's also my godfather, who passed away a few years ago, who I was really close with, he was a huge Willie Nelson fan too. So when I saw this hanging in the plush, I had to buy it. It's a plush Willie Nelson.
Well, I saw that picture when you bought it.
Yeah, so lo and behold, this is worth lots of money. These are worth $50. A dumb little $4 plush at Savers. So,
I would not have guessed, man, because it kind of looks homemade.
Yeah, and I bought it just because of my uncle and my grandmother. I thought it'd be cute to have, and not that I'm going to go run out and sell it right away, but I always tell people and it works out. Look for the weirdest thing in the plush section. This was definitely the weirdest thing in the plush section. It's worth $50.
Nice.
So there's my little fun finds while I've been away on vacation.
All right, wait. I got one more topic we can throw out there.
Sure.
To kind of keep people out of trouble, because I got an email from eBay on my flagship account saying, hey, if you don't log in, we might get rid of this account for you. I'm like, no, don't do that, no, I want that. And I forgot to check my other account, and I don't think there's anything I can do, and I'm not that heartbroken about it, but I believe I lost my secondary Amazon or eBay account that had, I think, 4,200 feedback on it, and from what I can tell, it just doesn't exist anymore. So pay attention, you guys. If you've got a dormant account that you plan on using sometime, and it's got a feedback record, or it's got a name that you really you like, it's maybe your website or your brand, log in periodically, or else eBay might come in and say, you know what, sure doesn't seem like you're here anymore.
I just saw my wife walk by in the background. What a nerd. She just cruising by. Like, can I get in the shot? Yeah, I'm glad you said that, because I actually have a secondary account that I used for some other things, and I haven't logged in in a while, and I actually need to use it to list some stuff in the next week, so I better log in today.
The ducks are back.
Oh, I saw the ducks go by.
They're right, other shoulder.
Oh, that's right there. I got a mallard right here. There he is.
Dude, go chase it.
Go chase them. Yeah, so the end of the show is me just running off after the ducks.
Well, take your computer with you.
Well, I got the mic hooked up and everything.
Oh, right, okay. All right, so guys, dude, I'm a little disappointed that I lost an eBay account with almost 5,000 feedback, but it is what it is. And with that, guys, I think we should let you know that there's some events coming up. Anybody who's listening in the Dallas area, by the way, message me quick, because on the 6th this week we are doing a one-day sell online entrepreneur hustle event in Dallas-Fort Worth. So if you're anywhere near there, send me a message and I'll send you a link on how to get a ticket to that. It'll be with me, Cynthia Stein, and Stephanie Inge. We'll talk eBay, Amazon, CreateSpace, merch by Amazon, anything else you want to talk about. I guarantee you I will teach you how to make a full-time income on the internet. So there's that. Then the big event is November 19th. It's our 3rd year fundraiser, and we're going to try to hit 6 digits. And it's getting so big now, I got people flying in. Jay, you're coming in town for this.
I'm flying in, brother. I told you I want to be there to help. And can I announce what I'm doing?
Are you really doing it?
Oh, heck yeah. Hey, my duck's back. Hey, duck. So on the 19th, if you're in Chris's area, oh my God, here comes the whole family.
Dude, first time ever on Google Hangouts.
Holy cow. If you're in Chris's area, we are going to be having a garage sale out of Chris's garage the day of the event. I actually kind of hope it's snowing, because it'll be the nuttiest thing we've ever done. And Chris has some leftover returns. We want to see if we can get some people local to donate some stuff. So we are going to whip up an awesome fall garage sale in New England during the day, but we won't start it at normal garage sale time. Hey, there's my wife in the background. Because we're not starting no 8 a.m. cold garage sale, but we will do it. I'll say let's do noon to 2 or something like that. So if you want to come down and hang out, we're going to definitely broadcast live from the garage sale. And, obviously all proceeds are going to go to our bottom line to raise money for a Wounded Warrior Project. And so we need a few goodies to sell. And if you want to come by, and maybe we'll have some hot chocolate spiked with rum, we'll do some fun stuff like that. So hot
chocolate.
Yeah. And then if you're an adult, we can, add a little secret spice to it.
That's not a bad idea.
But yeah, so that's what I wanted to fly out and help and do something fun. So I thought the garage sale would be a fun way to A, clean out Chris's garage. So Jen, you can thank me. And then B, just do a different thing and raise some more money. I mean, if we raise just $20, that's 20 more bucks than we would have had. So whatever we raise, it'll go into the coffer.
All right. Well, we're raising 6 digits this year. That's the plan. That's the goal. Stay tuned. Stay close to the Scam Power Facebook group, guys, because I'm probably going to announce the fundraiser page pretty soon, and it's going to have some of the perks available. Some of these perks are limited. All right, so you guys can buy them straight up now. Right? This isn't going to be a wait till the 19th. I'm going to flip the switch, and you guys got to rush. Some of the things are going to go live, and if you guys want to pick up a limited edition of something, then you better do it. Because once they're sold out, they're kind of sold out. So with that, dude, I got to pack. I'll be in Dallas
all right, buddy.
tomorrow.
Yeah, have fun in Dallas. Give Steph a big hug for me.
Yeah, definitely. She's excited about this event. And, you can find me on Facebook, my flagship group, Scam Power. Just search Facebook for that. And they can find Jason. Look for the Thrifting Board. There's a page and a group. So like the page, join the group. Be ready for the group to go by super fast. Because, man, I looked for the link to the show today, and I scrolled for page after page, and I was like, I must have missed it. I'm like, no, this last comment is only 51 minutes ago. It's one of the most vibrant, active groups that I have seen. And
yeah, we just hit number 5,000 yesterday in 2 months, so heck of a growth. And I'm shooting for 6,000 by Thanksgiving by Thanksgiving. So because everyone, once people get there, they realize what great learning they can get, and they bring lots of friends. So
awesome.
Check us out. Hey, have fun in Dallas. If you're in the Palm Springs area, I will be on the main drag every night hanging out with friends. So hit me up on Facebook, Facebook/TikiPug, and come hang out with me.
All right. It's a deal. See you guys.
Peace.